Hiya VC, I'm back again. Yeah, I got another vinyl Wodge for you. I didn't even mean to get this lot. There I was, on my way back from the supermarket, and I thought, ooh, I haven't been in that charity shop, and it's open today, for a very, well, quite a while. It's a hospice care charity shop. Well, it's kind of the factory warehouse, where they have a lot of their furniture and stuff, and it also seems to be the drop-off point for any hospice care shop in the area to ditch their vinyl that they couldn't get rid of for a while. Seems to get sent back there, and then there's just massive crates of records. It seems to be going up. There's now 15 crates of records. I mean, most of it is, well, absolute pants. I mean, the amount of Don Williams and who else albums there is just phenomenal. And also, who else? There's some, Jim Reeves. I've never seen so many Jim Reeves albums in my life. Good grief. Anyway, but delving through all the rubbish, I managed to pick up quite a few records, and they're having a 2-for-1 offer on at the moment. So all of these ended up costing me 50p each, which I think was pretty damn good. So here we go. Now the first record I've got is actually an upgrade for me. This is a terrific album. I really love this. This is Heaven 17's third album called How Men Are. It wasn't as successful as the Luxury Gap. This was released, I think, either late 83 or 1984. It's kind of a little bit more funky. There's a little bit more variation in the sound. They have some sort of Cuban sounding guitars. Latin sounding guitars on it. It's not just electronic this time. But it's a top album. I really love this. Great mid-80s pop album. And I just love Glenn Gregory's voice. I really love it. It's kind of one of those deep, croony voices that I could listen to for hours, to be honest. Singles off here were Sunset Now and This Is Mine, which I don't think exactly set the charts alight. I think they got sort of maybe top 30, can't remember. But it's a cracking album, and it ends with a brilliant, brilliant song called And That's No Lie, which is 10 minutes long, and I just love it. It just goes through so many phases, just fantastic. I did have a Greek pressing of this, but this is the British pressing, and the cover's just much nicer, the record's in better shape, so 50p for that, top notch. Right, another 80s record that I got. I wouldn't have picked this up if it wasn't for 50p. This is Level 42, and this is World Machine. I was never a really massive fan of Mark King when I was in the 80s. It was all too, I don't know, there was slap bass everywhere, and I don't know, maybe just got sick of the sound of it, but I haven't listened, most of these records I haven't listened to yet, so I can't tell you anything, but I do know the song Something About You, and I actually listened to that quite recently for some reason, and I thought, oh, that's actually not bad, actually, with a really interesting video. So I thought, I saw it 50p, right, give it another go, or give it a go. All these records, by the way, looking really top. I've cleaned all of them, ready to play, just I haven't got around to playing many of them, but that's another nice one. Right, we go back. I didn't in time for the next one. This is Vangelis. This is Spiral. I haven't played this one yet. I think I'm going to have to give this one another clean, because there's one side of the record is just loads and loads of little white spots of sticky, I don't know what they are, but I managed to get most of them off, but there's still some on there, so I'm going to have to give this another go before I listen to it, but it's on RCA, released in '77. Orange RCA. The inner sleeve is quite interesting. All it is completely plain except for raised writing of Vangelis. Really quite looking forward to listening to that when I finally get it clean enough. It's got a little bit of blurb there. Going on means going far. Going far means returning, from the Tao Te Ching. Yeah, really looking forward to listening to that. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting listen. Right, my last video I picked up one of this artist's greatest hits, which actually got to, I don't think I mentioned it, it was actually a #1 album in 1978, I might have mentioned that, but I picked up another one today, another compilation from Buddy Holly. I picked this up because it's got songs on here that are not on that greatest hits, which is pretty good. So we've got, Ray Vaughan's on it. Did I put my glasses? What did I do with my glasses? I don't know what I did with my glasses. I can't find them. Oh, they're on the floor. Hang on. Yeah, so you've got things like Love Me, It's Too Late, Take Your Time, which wasn't on there. Gotta Get You Near Me Blues, Dearest, Holly Hop, Now We're One, which is a Darren cover. I'm Looking for Someone to Love. So there's quite a few tracks on there that I don't have on the other album. So that's pretty fine by me. There we go. Okay. Still staying in that sort of early rock and roll era, a little bit later. But we've got a British band this time. This is Johnny and the Hurricanes. The Legends of Rock. I honestly didn't know that they had that much material. I've heard Red River Rock, which I think might have been a hit in America as well, I think. I don't know. I'm sure that was the big hit. Are they British or are they... They are British, aren't they? Or are they American? Are Johnny and the Hurricanes American? I have no idea. All I know is they were around 1960, sort of instrumental rock and roll, and that's about all I know. I just know that I know I've heard Red River Rock somewhere. Won't be it's a soundtrack or something, but I don't think this record has ever been played. Really, really nice package on Contempo Records. Terrific picture there. Terrific picture of the band there. So I'm really looking forward to giving that a whirl. So that's ace. Right. There at this shop they always have quite a bit of country. Not everything I'd want to pick up, but I thought these ones, well, I'll give it a go for 50p each. So all of these, well, not all blind buys, but the first two are. Possibly another one, although I've heard of him. Right, the first one I got, Donna Fargo, Dark Eyed Lady. I have no idea what this is like. I don't know whether it's mainstream country, or I do know it's country because it's got WVA country on there. I don't know if it's mainstream country. I don't know whether it's really sickly sentimental stuff. I don't know, but I thought let's try it. I've heard of her though. I don't know where from. I really don't know where from. Just on a Warner's label. There we go. So 50p, had to pick it up. And another one I picked up was Hank Thompson, leaning out of his truck. You've got to pick that up. Look at that stunning white Stetson. When was this released? 76, I do believe. Oh, the Donna Fargo was 77, 76, 77. This is 76. I kind of would pick up 1970s country records. I love the label on this. It's on ABC Dot, and I think that is such a pretty label. I love that. sort of the concentric different coloured rings. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. So there we go. I don't know, is there anybody who's on here? Country Music Foundation. No, I don't know. It doesn't. Adele Martin, Tommy Allsop. Don't know any of the names. I'm sure Headley might be able to tell me if that's good or bad, but I'll probably have listened to it by then. Also picked up Waylon Jennings, A Taker. This is a compilation on a British label, been licensed from RCA on Everest Records with a lovely little British logo. Dark blue label. You can see Everest there. I don't know where these tracks are from. I don't know how old they are. It says absolutely nothing. Released in '84, so it could be any, I don't know, it could be from any period from prior to that, really. No information whatsoever. Tracks are like Anita, You're Dreaming, Gentle on My Mind, cover of Gentle on My Mind, Sunday Morning Coming Down, Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town. So I don't know. But it's Waylon, I just had to pick up for 50p. And then I picked up this one, which is the Best of Tex Ritter. I've heard of him. Now, I don't know why I've heard of him. It must be in somebody's video that I've heard of. But when you've got these songs, oh yeah, I just noticed. Okay. They look like they're all recorded in the 40s. Most of these tracks seem to be recorded in them after the Second World War, in the second half of the 40s. Duophonic record. On, what is it on Capitol? Don't know what the label is. Oh, it's on, oh yeah, that's right, it's on Starline. Duophonic for stereo phonographs. But it's a really solid record. I mean, can you look, there's no wobble in that whatsoever. It's such a lovely, and the, ooh, and the edges are just so perfectly rounded. Ooh, that's that's quite nice. Anyway, enough of that. So, the Best of Tex Ritter. A programme of country classics. So you've got things like High Noon, Rye Whiskey, Deck of Cards, I Dreamed of a Hillbilly Heaven, Boll Weevil, Bad Brahma Bull, Jealous Hearts. I'm sure that's going to be top notch. Right, I also picked up this. I wasn't going to take this, but I thought, well, I had 13 records. Unlucky number, so I'll pick that one up as well. So we've got Elton John Live 17/11/70. Continuing my exploration of early Elton John, because I think there is stuff worth listening to there. So despite the glam cover, the much later cover, this is a reissue or an issue on Pickwick, which is one of the budget labels in the 70s. Because it's 1970, it's a really early recording, live recording. Don't know much else about it. I've got some blurb on the back. But I'll look forward to listening to that. Give that a good listen. Then also found a couple of Elkie Brooks albums as well, which I was quite happy about. After really enjoying listening to Pearls, picked up Elkie Brooks' 2 Days Away, which is the album that originally had Pearls the Singer on it. This one's quite interesting because the whole thing is produced by Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller. So it's got quite a few of their, well, some of their songs on it. Love Potion No. 9's on it. You Did Something For Me, Saved, Nightbird. So Sunshine After the Rain's on it. So that's quite a nice one. Released in '77, so it's one of their earlier albums. I think she first released in '75. I think, was it earlier than that? I don't know, but it's got New York horns and the Muscle Shoals horns on it as well. bother. And I also picked up, I might have to give this one a clean, seems to be some rubbish all over the record, but I picked this up as well. This is Live and Learn from I do believe it's 79, is that right? Just on the A&M label. Yeah, 79. So I think this is after Pearl, or is it? Or was it just before? Can't remember. I don't know if I don't recognise any of those songs, but a bit more elky. I tend to quite like her stuff. And then something completely different for me. Couple of classical records. There we go. I don't show these very often. But one of these I've been after a copy for a little while now. They're both by Stravinsky. Now this is Le Sacre du Printemps. Wonderful French pronunciation. I bet everybody's cringing. But basically this is a Rite of Spring. I got into this because I've been reading a book about history of 20th century classical music. And the first few chapters are sort of the Austrian Vienna scene. And other stuff. And this gets a real write-up in it because, well, it was create a riot when this was first played. Rites of Spring. The Rite of Spring. I don't know why they've got a picture of what's he called? Uluru? You know what I mean. You know, used to be called Ayers Rock, but I can't remember. I don't know why that's on there. Bit of an odd one. But this is just amazing. I listened to this on Spotify. And to have a vinyl copy whacked up loud, I played this afternoon and it is fantastic. I don't really get classical music unless it's played live when you can feel the instruments. Then it's an exhilarating experience. But on record it just tends not to do it for me. Maybe because a lot of the music I listen to is fairly dissonant, it's fairly discordant, there's a lot of clashing going on, but this fits in with that so well. I mean, it is a heavy album. Heavy piece of music. It's just fantastic. And then I think I might have heard this, but I picked this up as well to make it a pair. So this is the Firebird Ballet. I think this was written just before, when was Firebird? 1910. Yeah, 1910. Quite an orchestra of 100 players. But I'm kind of getting into a bit of Stravinsky. I haven't got an awful lot of classical, but I think I finally worked out that I need to do what I did with art, like painting, and go for basically more modern music, because my favourite art is anything that's kind of post J.M.W. Turner, and then leading on, you know, the Pre-Raphaelites, the Impressionists, and then on into the 20th century. So probably I need to do the same with classical music, because with art, I don't know, anything before that just doesn't speak to me. It might, I mean, it's pretty, but it doesn't talk to me. So I'm guessing the same is going to be true with classical music. I mean, yeah, I can appreciate Beethoven and Mozart, and it's lovely music, but it doesn't really connect. But the first time I heard this, oh my word, this was immediate connection with it, immediate. So I'm guessing that I might have to sort of expand out from Stravinsky and try and find. I know I like Bartók. I've heard some of Bartók, and I know I like him. So we'll see how it goes. You never know. You might see more classical records on Anyway, enough of me whittering on as per usual about things I don't really know that much about, which is patently obvious from the last 20 minutes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon after I've enjoyed these marvellous records. Cheers, VC. See you later. Bye.